Joint U.S. Panamanian military exercises are underway in Colon Province, Panama, where American and Panamanian forces are conducting coordinated training operations at the former U.S. military installation of Fort Sherman. The drill, carried out on December 2, 2025, is part of a continuing series of bilateral security activities between the two countries. According to U.S. Southern Command, this is the third such exercise held this year, at a time when regional tensions with Venezuela have increased political and security attention on the Caribbean corridor. Fort Sherman, once a key U.S. Army base and now functioning as a training site for Panamanian security forces, hosts the Jungle School, where much of the joint instruction is taking place. The training is led by the U.S. Army with support from U.S. Marines and specialized Panamanian police units. The stated objective is to enhance interoperability, strengthen emergency response procedures, and maintain readiness for potential cross-border or maritime security contingencies. From the outset of the exercise, U.S. military helicopters play a central role, conducting a series of landing approach and extraction maneuvers. These operations form the backbone of the simulated combat rescue scenarios that the forces are rehearsing. As helicopters descend into the training zone, Panamanian and U.S. personnel coordinate rope handling, landing zone security, and casualty extraction tasks. During early segments of the drill, an American military helicopter approaches a designated landing point at the Jungle School. Troops on the ground maintain formation as they manage guide ropes intended to stabilize personnel during landing and extraction. The helicopter's arrival requires synchronized action. Teams pull ropes, secure equipment, and maintain clear lines of communication as the aircraft touches down. When the helicopter lands, troops from both countries move toward it to conduct initial insertion procedures. They rehearse controlled approaches, secure the area around the aircraft, and prepare for simulated personnel recovery operations. These steps are designed to teach rapid deployment strategies essential for real-world missions in complex terrain. The next sequence of activities focuses on ground maneuver tasks. Soldiers and police units pull ropes connected to the helicopter systems, ensuring stability during lift operations. These drills allow the personnel to practice safe and efficient movement under conditions resembling combat or emergency extraction scenarios. The wide shots captured during the exercise show helicopters hovering or landing as ground units align their movements with aircraft crews. After the initial approach drills, the training shifts to more complex coordination tasks. A U.S. military helicopter lands once again, with troops preparing to guide equipment, load simulated casualties, and perform role-specific functions. The repetition of landing cycles provides soldiers from both countries with a controlled environment to refine their timing, communication, and coordination. Close-up sequences of the helicopter underscore the technical component of the drill. Personnel observe rotor behavior, monitor aircraft stability, and adjust rope handling to maintain operational safety. These controlled interactions ensure that ground forces understand the mechanics and safety considerations associated with vertical lift operations. As the training continues, the helicopter remains central to the exercise. Troops repeatedly practice pulling ropes and preparing for extraction, simulating real-world conditions where helicopter evacuations may be necessary due to injury, environmental hazards, or rapid tactical repositioning. The exercises are structured to replicate fast-paced scenarios while maintaining safety protocols. Once the helicopter lift component is underway, troops begin rehearsing aerial extraction procedures involving simulated casualties. In one segment, personnel are shown being lifted by the helicopter using harness systems designed for rapid evacuation. These drills are typical in areas with dense vegetation, where ground transport may be difficult or impossible. Following the extraction training, the drill moves into the survival and maneuver phase. Both Panamanian and U.S. personnel take part in operational movement exercises within the jungle terrain surrounding Fort Sherman. This involves navigating uneven ground, maintaining formation integrity, and practicing communication techniques that align with U.S. Army standards. Troops continue rehearsing movements in both wide and mid-range formations. The camera captures units advancing in controlled steps through training lanes, emphasizing tactical spacing and discipline. During these activities, personnel apply navigation and coordination methods central to jungle operations, which require heightened awareness and adaptability. A helicopter in this stage displays the marking United States Army on its fuselage, reflecting official participation from U.S. Army aviation units attached to the exercise. Personnel continue moving in coordinated lines, demonstrating joint integration between Panamanian police units and American forces. As the exercise transitions into medical evacuation training, the use of stretchers becomes a primary focus. In several wide shots, a soldier is carried on a stretcher by mixed teams of Panamanian and U.S. personnel. This simulates a scenario in which an injured individual must be moved across rugged terrain before being transferred to a helicopter for evacuation. The drills include transporting a mannequin representing a casualty. This allows troops to practice stabilizing weight, navigating obstacles, and adjusting movement to maintain balance. Personnel must coordinate closely to avoid dropping or destabilizing the stretcher, especially when moving up inclines or through vegetation. Throughout the exercise, U.S. and Panamanian personnel pass the stretcher between groups to simulate prolonged transport under operational stress. This reinforces endurance-building techniques and teaches teams how to rotate responsibilities in a manner consistent with field medical procedures. Mid-shot and close-up images show the stretcher being carried with precision, demonstrating the emphasis placed on correct posture, grip, and communication. These drills also familiarize Panamanian personnel with U.S. casualty evacuation protocols, which emphasize speed, stability, and minimal exposure to hostile environments. In another segment, troops maneuver the casualty toward the helicopter, maintaining consistent pacing as they approach the aircraft. Ground personnel relay hand signals and verbal cues to ensure a safe entry route into the helicopter's cabin. The helicopter crew remains on standby, observing the approach and preparing the interior space for loading. Once the stretcher reaches the helicopter, troops lift it into the aircraft, ensuring correct placement and alignment with internal securing mechanisms. This stage of the drill reinforces aircraft safety procedures and ensures both forces understand the technical requirements of air-assisted medical evacuation. After the loading process, personnel step back from the aircraft in orderly fashion, following established safety distances for takeoff and rotor operations. Helicopter crews then simulate departure, concluding the medical evacuation component of the training cycle. Training continues with ground-based maneuver exercises across the open terrain near Fort Sherman. Personnel walk in structured lines toward the helicopter in a final sequence, rehearsing coordinated movement under command direction. The footage shows disciplined formations, illustrating consistent application of the instructional methods introduced earlier in the drill. One of the concluding sequences depicts soldiers carrying a stretcher into the helicopter once more. This repetition is designed to reinforce lessons learned throughout the day and ensure personnel can apply these procedures efficiently in real-world missions. Troops maintain controlled movements and communicate continuously as they finalize the loading sequence. The final shots highlight joint participation from both countries' forces. Soldiers continue movement drills, transport procedures, and helicopter coordination exercises, reflecting a full cycle of training activities aimed at improving readiness and joint operational capability. Through the combination of air support drills, survival training, casualty extraction scenarios, and coordinated field maneuvers, the exercise demonstrates the ongoing U.S.-Panama defense partnership and the operational priorities that underpin it. Officials frame these joint activities as part of long-term cooperation designed to strengthen security in a region marked by shifting political dynamics and increased concerns about transnational threats. Although no direct statements accompany the footage, U.S. Southern Command characterizes these exercises as essential to maintaining preparedness and ensuring both forces can respond to emergencies, including maritime security incidents, natural disasters, or cross-border instability. The timing of the drill, occurring amid heightened tensions between Washington and Caracas, underscores the strategic relevance of continued cooperation between the United States and Panama. The training at Fort Sherman concludes with the final stretcher loading practice and coordinated troop movements, reflecting the completion of the day's structured joint exercise cycle. Both countries maintain that such drills remain a standard component of their bilateral security commitments, particularly in regions where rapid response and coordinated readiness are critical. This concludes the current update on US and Panamanian joint military training activities at Fort Sherman amid regional tensions.